Hey y'all, hey, it's Val, and it's me and my Hobonichi. And I'm in the weeks doing week 4 for my art journaling. And this week is dedicated, similar to my last short, to Tony. And Tony was someone I met through an app called Periscope a number of years back. If you know about Periscope, if you know, you know, it did not live the life cycle of an app the way it should have, a social media app. Love Periscope. That was really where, as a planner girl and getting into art journaling and just mixed media more, that was really where I just felt like I kind of got into it for real. And it was such a different vibe than YouTube. Lord knows, wish I could totally recreate that here, but it's just not the same. Okay, so anyhow, you know how you have a friend and you don't know they're your friend till later? Like, you didn't go into the relationship with the idea of, oh, this is my bestie or any of that. That was kind of how it was with Tony. I saw something in him that was really super duper familiar to me. And it wasn't like we were just so much alike, but we were. Does that make sense? Anyway, that's kind of what it was like. And started working with him to build businesses with regards to art. And we did that to an extent, right? But there was just, I guess I'm kind of at a loss for words because out of the blue, I'm talking to him one day and the very next, I know he's going to a doctor's appointment and he dies on the way there, like in front of the office. And it just sucks. Death sucks, period. But like this just really sucked. I don't know, it's unfinished business and there's no closure when people die like that. And it's crazy because it's just like my mom, same way. And day before yesterday, it's like 10 years since my mom died. So all of this was happening at the same time. And following him dying, his children's mom, she died a few days later. And then a good friend of ours died the next day. So too much death. And this is where art journaling and that sort of thing come into play because they really just give you a place to kind of put that out there. And what I find even more interesting is how when you just let the art or the words take over and you don't put so much thought into something being a certain way. I've told y'all this before. This stuff just happens. Like you don't, it has a power beyond what you know. And that was the case with this. And I, in this situation, had some leftover digitals that I was using for a journal and thought, you know what, let me use some of this and add it to my journal. Didn't realize it was going to be in regards to Tony whatsoever. And then once I realized what was happening, it was like, oh, wow, this is happening, right? So I had my little zinc printer thingy-majig there and had printed out a couple. And you know what, it just never prints out the tone you want. But this was one of the little extra pieces and it worked out. Anyway, I just had to write all this stuff about him. And it was funny because at the top of that page, it said familiar trees. And literally, like, once I read that, because I hadn't even noticed it before until I, like, stuck that tape down. Once I noticed it, I was like, oh, yeah, this is it. So this was my little bit to him. And it's going to have to be my closure for now. See you on the other side, Tony.